Over the last 2 years, the main changes that certainly I think that we've seen in my local area are firstly the growth in needs around special educational needs and disability across a whole spectrum, and the growth in education, health and care plans, but the complexity of need. We've seen that played out in a range of pressures, whether it's supporting young people at home, needing short breaks, but also transport and need for extra support in schools and special school places. The other main area is around contextual safeguarding, so an increase in child sexual exploitation and serious youth violence, which we have been monitoring in Hertfordshire for some time and very clearly can see now an increase in that area. And linked to that is a real increase in the complexity of mental health needs of young people, and a real need to increase our early intervention services, whether they're in schools or outside and within the community.
So there have been significant reductions in funding for local authorities, but it doesn't always show up obviously in the figures, and that's because, and certainly from our perspective in Hampshire, we've had to put more money from the county council into the costs of care for children, and that's meant that we've had to reduce elsewhere. Now, that means that sometimes our headline budget looks like it's the same, but actually the level of service that we're able to provide is often reduced.
So one of the things that I've noticed that is different over the last couple of years is an increase in the work that we're doing with adolescents. So whether that's child in need, children on a plan, or young people coming into care, much more weighted towards the teenage age group now. And so that's quite significant. It feels like a significant change in the profile of the work that we're doing, as well as the level of demand. It provokes a question really for me, because we took considerable amount of funding out of the early help domain around adolescents at the first wave of austerity. So you saw youth services contract, the end really of personal advisors, connections to personal advisors and things like that. So a significant reduction in the workforce that works with adolescents at that time. And I do find myself asking, have we shot ourselves in the foot really by taking resources out of those services, and are we now reaping the rewards from that decision making a few years ago?